Hello everybody, Phenomenal Sir here, back with another episode of The First 15, the series where I play the first 15 minutes of newer underexposed indie games and then share my thoughts and feelings about them. Today we have up VIRUZ with a Z, VIRUZ, by Langonier 2. Experiments were conducted in top secret laboratories. They were developing a new type of bioweapon. Something went wrong and one of the samples was released. Everyone knows how a human hero saves humanity from a monster. Let's now see it through the eyes of the monster. The monster also has the right to live. So this game came out 3 days ago, and the screenshots look pretty well put together. The reason it's not already on the screen is because I started it up and there's no title screen, which is going to be a gripe of mine right off the bat, but we're not going to let that take away from the game itself. So, without further ado, I'm going to start it up, I'm going to get it on the screen, and then I'm going to start the timer before we actually start playing. So, just give me 1 second. And there we go. And the time starts now. So there's no controls. There's no menu button. Arrows seem to move me. WASD seems to move me. Spacebar jumps. ZXCV do nothing. F does nothing. R does nothing. E does nothing. So let's just see what happens if I walk up on this guy. Oh, E. Nom 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 nom. Oh, I'm in him now. Oh, okay. I'm just minding my business. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, well, you know what? If it's just going to keep going, I guess I'll just die. Let's see. You I will spare. Oh no! The jumps are bad. Well. I can't believe he didn't react to that. Okay. Okay. Well, you just sit there and crouch. Gotcha. Now you're dead. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of... And even if I had jumped on as a human, I would have gotten diced up by that crap. Oh, well, we're going back now. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this. I'm very itchy because I was doing yard work, and I don't know. I guess I'm just allergic to nature now because I've been inside because of COVID for like the last year, and like literally, I didn't like get into any poison ivy or any. Okay, so touching that hurt me. I didn't get into anything crazy or whatever, but oh my god. Okay. But yeah, I'm like super itchy, like my entire body. I guess I've developed, now I can shoot, but I see 5 of 5, so I'm not going to shoot yet. So now I've evolved into a new form, and this was something that they said was going to happen in the description of the game, that every time you like beat a level, you evolve to a new form. Okay. So over time you get like more and more abilities and things. I'm waiting for that to drop me on the spikes. Yeah, I knew what you were trying, you bastards. You were trying to get me to commit suicide. Oh. Oh. Sorry, buddy. Go! It's... Hang on. So shooting once... So... Okay. So, if I can only shoot once, why are you calling it 5 shots? Call it 1 shot. That makes no sense whatsoever. That I literally died there because I got into the action of the game, which is, to be honest, compelling. But then I got sucked in, and I was like, oh, I got 4 more shots because I only shot once. So now this guy's gonna he's gonna hit me unless I can run up on him, because so you get 1 back, but you need 5 to shoot. Okay, so I'm gonna wait. All right, let me just get hit, kill, get hit, kill. Okay. So now I've literally killed everything on the entire map, and I can shoot. Okay. So a second ago it used up 5 bullets to shoot, and then just now press Q to mutate. Sure. So I can shapeshift now between different forms. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go back and test that because it seems inconsistent to me. That would be a thing. So it seemed like the first time I fired, it used 5 to shoot, and the whole reason I got super pissed off immediately was because, why are you calling it 5 to shoot if you can only shoot once and then you're empty, right? Just call it 1. But then when I killed the guys, and then I shot, it only cost 1 to shoot. But then I've got 2 back now because I've killed 2 people. So what about that? Okay, so I guess you're dead. Oh my God. So there's no point to any of that. The point is to get into the rat. Okay. There appears to be a problem. Okay, so I broke it. Give me 1 second. You're dead. Oh no! Good thing. How did he get in here? How did any of them get into any of these places? So I can mutate here. It just, the game doesn't tell me that I can mutate here. So that's the first thing, is you've given me an ability that you're not telling me that I have. So that's a strike right there. I can go through the floor here. Okay, so we're going to test this now. We're going to test this shooting thing. I'm not going to get super aggro about this just yet. So, we fired. It used up 5. I kill him. It uses 1. So, what about that then? Fall to your death. Aw. Yeah, and now it uses 1 per shot. So I think that the issue here is that the developer at some point realized that that makes no sense, and they changed it from 5 to 1, but they set it so that you start out with 1. But it says, I don't know, it says you start with 5 of 5. But the first shot uses all 5 charges. But then after that, every time you fire, it only uses 1 charge. So I feel like that should just say 1 of 1 when you start, and then you should get, or no, I guess I don't want it to say that. It should say, first of all, you should flip the numbers, because it says 5 to the left and 0 to the right, and that's not how you would read that fraction. It would be 0 of 5 right now. I have 0/5 of a full charge. So what it should do is it should start as 1/5. And then when I fire, I use 1, and every time I kill somebody, I get 1 back. So, anyway, here we go. You're dead. That's dead. That's So there was no reason to go to the right other than to have the game break and I get stuck forever. He's going to shoot me before I even get out. But now he's dead, so F him. So that's done. Okay. That's a glitch right there. So I'm big enough to push this no matter what. Can't shoot while jumping, so I died. Gotcha. Gotcha. So if you jump while you're in here, it traps you and you can't jump anymore unless you fall. You have to cause yourself to fall, and then you can do it. I don't have time to talk to you right now. Yeah, please. And it's glitched again. Okay, so there's only a minute left. I'm going to call it there because I doubt I'm going to get further than that on the next playthrough. So I did not enjoy that game. I'm not even trying to be nice about it. It just felt sloppy. I came into it, I was really expecting something cool, and it was pretty disappointing right off the bat. What it feels like to me, there's a game on the Switch that just came out. Let's see. What is it called? I'm looking it up right now. There was a game. There's a Switch game where you play as a monster. You play as like this little blob thing, and as you progress through the game and you kill humans, you like get bigger and you can eventually take on other forms and do other things. And I feel like somebody saw that game and they said, I can make that. And then they did a really bad job of making that. So off the bat, the fact that you have no title screen just seems silly to me. And that's not me being mean to you in particular developer. It's a gripe that I have every single time. It's the first thing you're supposed to see when you start a game is a title screen. It allows you to have the player the opportunity to see a nice picture, to prepare themselves to play the game. It allows you to put options, credits, contact. That's your launch pad for your game. Your game has no launch pad. You don't have a title screen. When I came in, I didn't know what the buttons were, so I had to spend, and obviously I didn't have to spend a lot of time doing it, but it's always aggravating for a player when they start playing a game and they literally have no way of knowing what the controls are. You don't even have the controls on your website. Like, I'm looking at the Itch.io page right now, and they're not there. When I look in your folders, you don't have a README that tells the controls, that explains anything about how the game works. So you're coming in completely blind. That's a huge strike right there. You shouldn't do that. You don't have a pause. You don't have any kind of a way to check your controls. That's no good. So moving on, the jumping from the very beginning, it feels like the jump, every single jump I made, I was jumping to like the exact maximum distance I can jump, or I was dying instantly. Those jumps are good to have. They are not good to be the only thing you have. So that wasn't super fun either. Introducing the new forms at each level is cool, but you introduce the ability to mutate in level 3, right? But when I went back through and played it a second time, I could mutate at level 2. You didn't tell me I could do it, but there I go, mutating. That in and of itself is not game breaking, but it makes me wonder, did you know I could do that in the second level? It just lends itself to an overall sense of the game just not being play tested a whole lot, which is where I'm going with the next thing, which is I've already talked about the ammo thing being inconsistent. The first time I wasn't paying attention. I admit it. I wasn't paying attention because I looked. I said, "Oh, I have 5 shots. There are 5 left. Cool." And then I went. I didn't look because in my head I'm an adult man and I was counting in my head. I've fired once. I have 4 shots left. No, you're out of ammo. You died. But then when you actually kill people, you get 1 charge back, and that 1 charge is magically enough to fire. Again, it didn't keep me from progressing through the game, but it just felt like it wasn't tested. Because that jumps out pretty quickly. You notice very quickly, hey, the bullet counts are inconsistent here. The pistons are a nice obstacle, except for the fact that you can pass through them and touching the sides of them deals you damage. If the whole point of the piston is that it going is what hurts me, then why is it when it goes and then I touch the side of it, I take damage? More importantly, why can I just YOLO straight through it and just take damage the whole way? Doesn't make sense as far as from a physics standpoint, and it really doesn't feel fair, because you can just, get stuck and get smashed over and over and over. The bit with the rat, I have no idea why I needed to get into that rat. All I know is that when I went over there and I tried to get into it, the first time I jumped into the rat, I jumped back out. I didn't see if it gave me another, if I did, I can't remember now. But I can't remember right now if it gave me another bullet back or not. But the second time I tried to jump into it, it broke the entire game. And because you don't have a pause menu, I couldn't pause and go back to your non-existent title screen. I had to Alt F4 out of the entire game and then start from the beginning. No fun. Happened again later when I was going through the tunnels as the little boy. I'm going to call it as a stage 1. As I went through the tunnel as stage 1 mutant, I jumped and I got stuck in my jump animation, and the only way to break it was to go over to the left and fall, and then falling made me break out of that animation. Again, I don't know why that happens. It seems like it wasn't tested. It seems like it wasn't. It seems like there's stuff broken with it. The scientists don't really do much of anything. It didn't seem like there was a difference between the SWAT guys and the agent guys. They both do 1 damage per hit, I think. I'd have to go back and check again. Maybe the agents do too, which if that's the case, then that doesn't make sense either, because you'd think a guy in body armor with an automatic gun would do more damage than a guy wearing a bulletproof vest with a pistol. Yeah. Overall, as I've said multiple times, the game just feels like it wasn't properly tested and vetted. It seems like there's a lot of stuff with this that if you had just had some people play it and give you honest feedback, there's some pretty glaring issues that could have been fixed. And the only reason that I'm hammering this so hard is because it's released. It's done. And, anytime you have a game, and I've said this many times now in the past, anytime you have a game where you put your status as released, it means you're done with it. You're not doing anything else with it. It's finished. It's a finished product. And this is obviously not a finished product. It's a product that has some potential, but it's a product that I don't think I'd even classify it as a beta. I would classify it as a late stage alpha. This is something that, people should be testing out. People should not be downloading and expecting a finished game for. And to your credit, you're not asking for money for it. It's not even an option. So, I'm not going to hate on you for that. And I know it feels like I'm just hammering you, but it's because I was really, honestly, I downloaded this and I really wanted to play it. The screenshots looked cool. The art style looked cool. It had that indie vibe to it. Like the art style, it looks like some real work was put into the art, but you can still tell that it was done by one person or by a small team. And then when the game actually got into motion, it wasn't there for me. And, and the other thing I'll say is that when I downloaded it, I downloaded like 8 things so I could do all my reviews for the week. And this file is just called demo. I didn't even know what game it was. Like I went through and I was extracting all these zipped files. You didn't even put the name of the game on the file. And then when I extracted it, it's got a completely different game name. In the file, it's called Monster 1, and you're missing the E. It's called MONSTR 1. So not only do you not have a title screen, nowhere other than the page where I downloaded it is the name of the game even given. It's like, it boggles my mind, because this really feels like something that somebody would have taken a lot of pride in, and they would have put a lot more work into just making sure that all the gears mesh when they're working. Because like everything looks good, you play as the monster. You jump into people and you kill them. You can mutate and do different things. There are puzzles. Like, all of that sounds awesome, but then none of it actually is cohesive. It doesn't all work together. So, for me, some other people have made videos and they say it's a cool game, they say it's a great game. That's good for you, but for me, it's going to have to be a no. It's going to be listed as a game I've reviewed. I will give you a follow. I just did it, but as it is right now, this game needs some serious work before I would consider it a completed game. And it really is. If you watch, I've got like probably 30 of these videos now, and I really don't. It's not that I'm one of those people that like comes in and just relishes tearing people a new one. And I know I feel like I'm tearing you a new one, but I am genuinely disappointed in this game because anytime you play a game for 15 minutes and it crashes twice because the player just jumped or did something they're allowed to do in the game, that's no bueno. So I would say please definitely come back to the drawing board and just spend a little more time with it. That's the only thing. And I've done indie games before. I'm not one of these people that's like up in the ivory tower and doesn't understand. The last game I released took 4 years of development, and after 4 years, I still don't feel like it's done. So when I look at this, I'm like, how much time did they spend on this? It just doesn't feel like it had that caring touch. It feels like it was, I'm gonna make a game, bam, it's done. And it's a shame because it has the rough framework of something good that just was not well executed. So I'm gonna stop blasting you, developer. And honestly, like I said, I'm gonna look. Do you have anything else? You got some other stuff. Boom Blaster, Orphan at the Gate, Until Dam. So you've got quite a few games here, and some of them look better than others. Some of them look like you're just trying to make people angry based on the description and the name. So maybe this is just your thing. But I'm going to give you a follow. I'm going to watch this game, and if you update it again and I play it and all this stuff is fixed and it's like a 10 out of 10 amazing game, I will put up another video. I'll take this video down. I'll put another video up that sings your praises to the heavens. But as it is right now, this is a game I've reviewed, and that's pretty much it for me. Thank you everybody out there for watching. Be sure to check out all of my other YouTube videos, both in my first 15 series as well as all the other videos that I've played. As I've said, I'm generally not this mean, and there are quite a few good games out there that you can find. Now, if you feel like I was maybe a little too harsh with this one, then I tell you what, link to the game will be in the description below, so you can check it out for yourself. You can give the developer a follow, and you can play all of the other games that they have on offer here on Itch.io. But as for me, I'm done with this one. So, until next time, stay healthy, stay safe out there. Later.